JR Country.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Barbara, it's Kimberly with Little Big Town.
Hi, Kimberly. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. Happy to talk to you again.
Me too. We're happy to come up. We're going to be in your neck of the woods pretty soon.
That's true. Yes. I want to talk about your Breakers tour. I love that Midland and Ashley McBride are going to be joining you at the Abbotsford Centre in March. Why did you guys choose them as your openers this time around?
Well, we toured with Midland this past year a whole lot, and we just love those guys. They bring so much energy and so much fun, and their music is so infectious. We just wanted to bring them up there with us, and then we're big fans of Ashley. We've done several shows with her and just believe in her, and wanted to introduce her to as many folks as we could up there. And we want to bring y'all some sunshine and a big old party because you're going to be cold.
It's not too bad here. The eastern side of the country, yes, they are definitely freezing their bums off. But we're okay. So we had Ashley McBride here last year. She opened for Luke Combs, and she's amazing. I'm a big fan of her. And I love Midland. They were here when they opened up for Tim McGraw. They've got such a cool vibe. Any of their fashion sense rubbing off on you guys? Because I know you guys, are you ladies in Little Big Town are big fashionistas?
We sure are. We love their fashion. We had the privilege of sharing a hallway where their dressing room was on the opposite hallway as ours for half of 6 or 8 months last year. And so we saw all kinds of fashion I can't even talk about.
Oh,
but,
really?
Yeah, we love them. They're so much fun. And they are who they appear to be. You know, they're just great guys with so much energy, so much personality, and we just adore them.
We are excited to have all you guys back in town. Now, Little Big Town's been together for over 20 years. Do you still get starstruck or experience those holy moly kind of moments?
For sure. We got starstruck several times this past year. We got to do a tribute for Elton John, and we got to meet him and spend a little time with him, and I just stayed starstruck. I have a little baby girl named Dolly, and I got to introduce my Dolly to the Dolly this year, and that was the first time I had really spent any time with Dolly Parton, and of course I was incredibly starstruck. And yeah, we still get starstruck for sure.
By now people know Little Big Town. You're not Little Bigfoot, Little Bighorn, Little Big Toe, Little Big Town.
Mm-hmm. Thank goodness.
And you guys have a pretty busy year ahead. I mean, speaking of tributes, you're part of the All-Star Elvis tribute that's going to be hosted by Blake Shelton. What was that like? Because a lot of musical genres got together, not just country, but Post Malone, Jennifer Lopez, Adam Lambert, Shawn Mendes, and of course, Kelsey Ballerini, Pistol Annie's, Darius Rucker. You guys.
I know. It was such an honor to be asked to be part of that tribute. Elvis, we all grew up with Elvis in our homes on our record players from the time we were tiny little kids. So when we heard about that tribute, we were incredibly excited. And yeah, we're doing a song on there by ourselves, and then we're doing a little in the round with Blake and Darius Rucker and Post Malone, and Mac Davis. Mac wrote a whole bunch of those Elvis songs. He's such a doll, and we all sing a little bit together. And that thing's going to be really special. That is it's a kind of a remake of the old 1968 comeback special. You know, that's that one where he's in that incredibly handsome black leather coat.
Yes!
He's so charming, and that's what that whole show's a tribute to.
Will Little Big Town, will you guys all be geared out in Elvis type of outfits?
Yeah, we kind of pay homage, I'll say, to Elvis, yeah.
I know you're going to be paying homage to Loretta Lynn, her birthday festivities coming up in April. Is it true Keith Urban's going to be jumping out of the cake for her, or anybody in Little Big Town jumping out of cakes for Loretta Lynn in April?
Hey, we'll do anything for Loretta Lynn. Whatever they ask us to do, we'll say yes to. So if they want us to jump out of the cake, heck yeah, we will. I haven't heard anything about that, though.
I guess she asked jokingly, like, oh, I'd like to see Keith Urban jump out of a cake. And he said, okay.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Well, we're sure not going to ruin that cake then. Let's let him jump out of it.
Let him do it. Let him do it. I'm talking to Kimberly Schlapman from Little Big Town. You guys have so many things going on. What did I see on Twitter the other day about you? Oh, I know you have a cookbook, but you're teaming up with Trisha Yearwood, Martina McBride. Those two have cooking shows. Are you guys trying to put Martha Stewart out of business?
Well, you know, Martha Stewart will always be Martha Stewart. I adore her. But yeah, we like to cook. We Southern girls, we can put some supper on the table. But I love it. I've been cooking since I was a tiny little girl.
Do you ever cook while you're on tour?
Well, we're in buses, and so I have a little cooktop on my bus, which I love, and I use sometimes, but I don't have an oven, and it's really hard to cook on the bus. But sometimes I'll go into our catering area and just lend them a hand, just because I miss it. I miss it when we're on the road. And then when we're home, I spend most of my time in the kitchen.
What's your main go-to dish, Kimberly?
Oh, my goodness. I would say maybe a chicken pot pie or a good hearty vegetable soup or shrimp and grits, maybe.
With Valentine's Day coming up, what's your advice for someone who wants to prepare something special for their Valentine?
Well, if you don't have a lot of experience as a cook, I would say start simple and don't try to be too fancy. Just start simple and make sure you have all your preparations and you give yourself plenty of time and don't get stressed out about it, and I'm sure it'll be classic success. And if you're ready for a huge challenge and you have a little experience in the kitchen, I say go for it.
Or just get the takeout, hide the containers, and then say, ta-da!
That works too. I'm all about presentation. However you get it made, just present it well.
And get yourself a bottle of Little Big Town wine while you're at it.
How about that? Yeah.
You guys teamed up with the Brown Family Vineyards, and they're just across the way here from us, down the I-5 in Washington State. I've tried the wine. It's excellent, by the way.
Thank you so much. Yes, that came from your neck of the woods. Those luscious grapes up there in Walla Walla, Washington. We love the Brown family, and they asked us a couple of years ago if we wanted to become partners with them and make some wine together, and we jumped at the opportunity, and it has been so much fun and such an education. And I come from farmers, and so the farming aspect to me has just been fascinating. But yeah, we've got some Little Big Town wine. It's called 4, the number 4 cellars. I don't know if y'all have Total Wine and More stores in Vancouver, but it's available at those stores and on littlebigtown.com.
Well, we go across the border to get gas, cheese, and liquor because it is cheaper down there.
Okay.
So we can get your wine.
You can find it there.
I'm going to skip over the border. Is Little Big Town maybe thinking of expanding in other directions? I know you've got a home goods line, but Little Big Town is a collective of candles or other things maybe.
Well, you know what? We do love candles. We always have candles burning in the dressing room and at the studio. And we, speaking of our wine, we have a wine club, and you can be members of that. And this last Christmas, we sent out a really beautiful candle that went out with the wine this Christmas. So we have done that candle. But, you know, Karen loves the fashion, and she dabbles in her clothing line. And I think one of these days she's going to take over the world in the fashion world, because she's so talented. I love it when she dresses me. I never feel so good as to when Karen dresses me. So
you just let her do all that stuff.
I love it. We're going to go to the Grammy nomination party here in Nashville tonight. And yesterday I literally said, what am I going to wear to that? And she goes, well, and she came up with something, so I can always count on her for that.
Is it wild going to these award shows? I mean, is that when you fan out, when you geek out, you're looking around like, are we really here? This is crazy.
Oh, yeah, for sure. One time we were singing, and I was looking at Jennifer Lopez on the front row, and I fangirl out. I get really nervous.
Do you get distracted by seeing all these major, mega celebs in the audience?
It's unnerving sometimes. I try to focus on friends who are out there, because we do have a lot of friends in the audience, too, and so when I get super nervous, if I focus on our friends, they're always smiling at us and giving us encouragement. So Jennifer Lopez was super friendly, too. I just don't know her.
Well, you have done collabos with all sorts of people. Maybe you can do something with... I don't think Jennifer's done anything country-wise. Why not with you, with Little Big Town?
Why not? That's what I say. Why not? We would love that. That would be so much fun.
Is it true that you guys are working on some new music at the moment?
Yes, at this very moment, I'm sitting in my car outside the studio in the parking lot. We are literally working at this very moment on our record. We've been in the studio for a few months, and we're probably 3/4 of the way through with the record, and love how it's coming along, and we're working really hard on getting some new music out for y'all, and probably have something out for you in a couple of months.
Do you think the record will be out, or the album will be out in 2019 or maybe early 2020?
Yeah. No, I think 2019 for sure.
Oh, wow. Any collabos you want to spill the beans on?
Well, no collaborations yet, but we have been entertaining that idea, but we'll just see how it goes. We're super excited about the songs that we have written and the songs that we've found, and Nashville is just such an incredible world of creativity, and we've written with a lot of our friends this time, and can't wait for y'all to hear the songs.
Did Taylor Swift write any more music for this new album?
Not yet. We haven't received anything from Taylor yet, but the door's always open, Miss Taylor. Always, anytime.
Besides the album and working in the studio, what else is Little Big Town up to in 2019? The year just started.
Well, we're going to be on the road quite a bit this year, heading up to see y'all. You are actually our last show of our Canadian tour. We love coming up there to see y'all. We're going to be touring in the States. We're going to go overseas a little bit in the fall, and we are working on something super exciting with our wine coming up in the next few months. That we'll tell you about later.
Okay.
And, gosh, all kinds of just good fun stuff out there.
You know, we have our own wine country here in the Okanagan. If you ever want to try some British Columbia Canadian wine, you should spend a little bit of time up here. Might surprise you.
I have heard that your wine is impeccable, and I bet we'll be dabbling in some of that when we get there.
Hey, anytime is wine time. It's Kimberly Schlapman from Little Big Town. They're playing the Abbotsford Centre March 2nd with Midland and Ashley McBride. Thanks for spending time with JR Country today, Kimberly. We're looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
Thank you for having me, and we can't wait to see y'all out there. And come see us backstage. We want to hug your neck. Hey, this is Kimberly with Little Big Town, and you're listening to Barbara Beam on JR Country.
93.7.
I think it's great.
JR Country.
Hot, for sure.
Turn up the